Hello. Welcome back to another stream. I hope you're having a magnificent Monday. We're going to get into some Ace Attorney, complete the first of the investigation games. Let me boot that up. And then, well, that's probably going to take, at minimum, most of the week. So we're not moving on from anything else today. But yeah, I hope y'all had a great weekend. Happy to see you again. I spent most of my weekend tinkering on my printer, but I finally, at long last, have it running. You're on I-5? I'm on what? An interstate? No, I'm in my apartment. I must be, case 5, duh. I was like, I'm on Interstate 5? I don't think so. I'm tired as fuck today, so the brain is not braining hard. But yes, we are on Investigation 5. This should be the last one of the first game. And then I'm hoping, we'll see, I got to get a little bit lucky, but if I'm able to, I'm going to buy a little game that Kev recommended. We'll do as a little interstitial. It's like a rhythm combat game type thing. And then we'll get back to Investigations 2, and that'll be that. But yeah, I was, good God, I got deep in the weeds this week on my printer, but I think I finally have it running smooth. Hell yeah, sounds great. Yeah, I'm really stoked on the game they sent me, actually. I think it'll be a fun change of pace, but it also just kind of generally seems like my kind of thing. So I'm excited to check it out. I can't remember the name offhand at the moment, but yeah. I'm printing a chain right now. I got this thing finally running smooth. Oh, what the hell? One sec. Properties. Deactivate. Activate. There we go. So that's what's going on there. But I shouldn't need to finagle with that too much. But yeah. Feeling a little bit better this week. Tired as fuck though. So but we press on. Life keeps going, and all is well. I hope you're having a magnificent Monday, Tony. Happy to see you. Let's get into this. We have, the stage has been thoroughly set. I'm very excited to see how this all comes to a head. 2 cards. One of the Black Raven, and one of the White Raven. Case 5 is pretty long, I should mention. Unsurprisingly. Hope you like it, though. A country torn in 2. One to the west, and one to the east. When those which are split are made whole again, the truth will reveal itself. Interesting. But yeah, I had a feeling this would be a longer case. I have a feeling we'll probably end up spending most of the week, if not all week, on this one. But that's cool with me, you know? It's the Yatagarasu! The Yatagarasu is here! You, accursed Yatagarasu. Hey, you. Interesting. Damn. Did Kay betray Edgeworth? I guess we'll find out. March 14th, 10:17 a.m., High Prosecutor's Offices, room 1202. It's so nice, almost dreamlike, to finally have the chance to relax and sip some tea. Especially after what a whirlwind the past few days have been. Yeah, my God. Oh my God, for real. Dude shows up and immediately gets thrown into like 3 wild cases. On my return flight, I was dragged into a case involving an Interpol agent's murder. The next day, I investigated a kidnapping and a murder at the Gatewater Land theme park. And later that night, a detective's dead body welcomed me back to my office. Yeah, jeez. Along with a thief who was out to pilfer files related to a case from 10 years ago. How did I manage to find myself in the middle of so many cases back to back? Yeah, genuinely. This entire game happens in a week, and before this game starts, he was in 3 to 5, or in 3-5, which was a week before Investigations 1. Holy shit. That is a brutal 2 weeks for him. Good God. Well, at least I have today. All I ask is that I be allowed to spend it quietly. I got a bad feeling about this, Edgeworth. I don't think you're gonna get to spend it quietly. Mr. Edgeworth! Add another week because Investigations 2. Yeah, for real. Out of the frying pan into the fire for Edgeworth. This is big. Big, I tell you. Hey, what's wrong with you? Where's your enthusiasm? And suddenly the fragility of the fragility of dreams comes to mind. What are you talking about? Fragile dreams? Come on, let's go. The fake Yatagarasu isn't gonna just find herself, you know. Well, if you must know, it's possible that I was paid a visit last night by your fake. Say what? Unfortunately for us, the thief managed to escape. But even now, we're still looking for this criminal. However, I must warn you that we've only had a few hours to search so far. So I must insist that you be patient on this one, Kay. What's with you today? Are you sure you aren't sleep talking to me right now? Anyway, I've got something much more important that I want you to see. Oh, and that is? Take a look at this. On March 14th, I will be there to steal your dirtiest secret. That's quite a bold declaration to send to an embassy. Excuse me. Yeah, I was sleepy as hell. I stayed up until like 3-4 a.m. Saturday night fucking with this damn printer, but I finally got it. And I think I'm still wiped out from that. Much like what happened in KG8. Yeah, for real. It was so worth it though. I had to re-flash and then plug in the daughter board, which requires taking the machine apart a bit. That was fine, but then when I got the correct firmware finally on this thing, which has been the cause of like all my woes for the last couple weeks, the probe that it uses to like sense everything for calibration for whatever fucking reason said, well, now that I'm on the right firmware, I'm gonna work in reverse. So then I had to like get into the G code and invert the inverted probe so it worked correctly, and then do a little bit more tweaking. And at long last, it worked finally. I've had like 3 or 4 significant prints run in a row now without having to tweak it again. It's so nice. Oh yeah, I also made this. This is the prototype version. The real one's about 3% bigger. But my girlfriend got an insulated mug for her coffee and it didn't fit in the cup holder. So I made her like a cup holder expander for the car with a little slot for the handle and everything. Yeah. It's my first time using, I've used other 3D modeling stuff, but this was my first time using Fusion 360. And I'm pretty happy with how the part turned out, you know? It looks slick. So I'm stoked on that. Anyway, that was my weekend. I finally got this running though. I'm printing a cable chain and then I'm gonna finish the back panel of the enclosure. And then we're moving on to the side panel. And then there'll only be 2 panels left. And then I can just start printing random bullshit. The date the card mentions is today. Today, huh? Come on, we've got to hurry. The embassy awaits. I suppose it is quite an urgent matter. However, do you know which country's embassy we should be investigating? Well, it's some really special country, and I'm actually really fuzzy on the details. But never mind that. Where's all your energy? Why are you so lackadaisical today? I'm not, Kay. You're just too wound up. Well, then you should get too wound up too. I'm realizing how common this trope is with duos. Like, we got Squidward and SpongeBob right here, right? Like, the like Genki character with the very lethargic character. I think it might be one of my favorite tropes of a duo, honestly. Maybe because I relate to both so much. Today I'm Squidward / Edgeworth, but some days, most days, I strive to be K / SpongeBob. Because this just might be our chance to catch that woman. You mean Miss Yu? The woman who killed Kay's father, burned Faraday 7 years ago. Callisto Yu. She claimed to be the great thief Yatagarasu, and then disappeared from the courtroom. Oh, she makes me so mad. Phony. Everyone knows that the real Yatagarasu would never send something like a calling card until a company's underhanded dealings are made public. The target is always totally unaware that the Yatagarasu has paid them a visit. That's what makes the real Yatagarasu so awesome. The Yatagarasu's card that's shown in this article, it looks to me as though it could be genuine. See, that's the thing. Whoever it is, that person isn't the real deal, but has knowledge of the Yatagarasu. Excuse me. If this isn't a clue that the woman's involved, then nothing is. It's a good point. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth, out the door you go. Wait, there are a few preparations I must make before we go. There's something interesting about this card we found last night here in my office. It's of a different color than the one in the article, which makes me wonder why. What's up? Any reason why you're boring a hole through the newspaper with your eyes? No reason at all. Very well, seeing as how Ms. Yu is also someone of a special nature to me, I agree there is some merit to be found in investigating this. I knew you'd come around. March 14th, 5 p.m., Theatrum Neutralis. By the light of this night's glorious moon, we are ready. Ready to embark on our nightly outing. And this is where our tale begins. The Steel Samurai, hell yeah. I will say, I think a lot of my favorite cases have involved the Steel Samurai, so this is always a good omen when we see them. Oh, Lord. What a coincidence. Who would have thought that a Steel Samurai stage show would ever be held at such an elegant theater inside a foreign embassy? Yeah, the climax was really awesome. Steel Samurai, Sushi Slash! I got chills down my spine when he pulled that move out. I suppose it really is more impactful to watch a show in person than on television. I have to say, though, this embassy is set up kind of funny. I mean, they have two countries sharing the same building. Well, as you said yourself, this place and the countries it houses are very special. Even this theater is special in that it is a neutral zone shared by the two countries. You know, it'd be kind of funny / lit would be if they did like a one-off Steel Samurai anime, like one season or even just like a made-for-TV movie. That would be fire as hell. Just as a little like special thing for the fans. Two countries doing that is pretty common in Europe. Oh, really? In North America, it's definitely very uncommon. So that's good to know. I didn't know that was more common than I realized. Interesting. I mean, if two work in one building, why not? It's much more efficient. Makes sense. So let me get this straight. The Steel Samurai show just now is being sponsored by one of the two countries? The one that's called the Kingdom of Alabast, right?
Yes, it would appear that the Steel Samurai is very popular in that country as well.
Every time I see Alabast, because they mentioned that country near the end of the last case too, if I remember correct. It makes me think of Alabasta from One Piece. Which I'm so geeked for season 3 of the live action to finally adapt that arc. Oh my god, it's gonna be sick. Seems that way. But you know who I'm really into? The Jammin' Ninja. The Republic of Babel is sponsoring a Jammin' Ninja stage show. That's something for fangirls like me. We've totally got to see that too, Mr. Edgeworth. The Jammin' Ninja show is gonna kick the Steel Samurai show's rear end. That's really funny. So one prefers the rival of the Steel Samurai, the other prefers the Steel Samurai. They really are rival countries, huh?
You know, ever since I first met this girl, I've always had this inkling that what she really wants to be is not a thief, but rather a ninja.
Yeah, the fit definitely is given ninja a little bit. So anyway, about today's event. What is it called again?
The Kingdom of Alabast versus the Republic of Babel Goodwill Jubilee.
The something about it being a versus and a Goodwill Jubilee is so funny to me.
The small European countries of the Kingdom of Alabast and the Republic of Babel.
So they are European, which tracks with what you were saying, Tony.
These two countries used to be a single entity that was abundant with nature.
Oh, I wonder if countries do that because of like a Czech Republic kind of situation, where it's now two countries that used to be one, like in this. So they just convert the embassies instead of building a new one. That would make a lot of sense, actually. That'd make more sense than just like, oh, it's more efficient than one building. In Germany and Netherlands, the border goes through towns and cities in between schools and such. That in Northwest USA, Southwest Canada, like near Vancouver-ish, there's a town that's like that too, where it's split. Like literally right down the middle of the street. Like one side of the street is Canadian citizens, the other side are American citizens. It's wacky. Borders are so silly. Why do we do that shit? I'm a little out of focus, I think. There we go. Yeah, luckily you don't need a visa or passport for passing here, but still. Right, yeah, borders are a lot more relaxed in Europe, thankfully. In the US, it's like in that town, it's a little more lax than general, but like people can still get in like actual trouble out there just by going to the wrong side of the street. Like they have border patrols there and shit. It's extra. It's real extra.
These two countries used to be a single entity that was abundant with nature. And it was called the Principality of Cadopia.
Is everything all right, Mr. Edgeworth? When you play soccer there and the ball accidentally goes to the wrong side. Yeah, for real, for real. Like, oh, that's the wrong way. There we go. Like, there's also, like, they really gotta just kind of chill a bit, I feel like. Because, yeah, like, life happens, you know? People gotta get their stuff from one side of the street. There's a library out there, too, that is shared. Well, actually, it's closed now. But, it's weird. Borders are so weird. Like, when you really get, like, hardcore about trying to defend borders, it gets increasingly absurd to the point of comedy, frankly. Is everything all right, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, I'm all right. Moving on. After a period of civil unrest, the country split in two, though signs of their past remains. For example, their flags preserve the flower and butterfly motifs to this day.
The country is based on East and West Germany. I see. Okay. Okay, that's good to know. I'm sure. Actually, I can kind of see that with the colors in these emblems. That makes a lot of sense. Good to know. Thank you for sharing that.
Canopia, huh? The KG-8 incident and what was referred to as the second KG-8 incident.
Also, butterfly and flower, and Castillo U. Yeah, right. Or Castellito. What was her name again? Callisto. That's what it was. Yeah. Okay. Callisto, yeah. But yeah, that's interesting. Hey, everybody has those days, I swear. Some days. I was trying to type in some like commands into my controller for the printer the other day. I kept telling it to do the wrong shit. I'm lucky I didn't tell it to do something seriously harmful. What I missed? Not a whole lot. We saw the Steel Samurai stage show, and we're getting the down low on these two countries now. So you haven't missed a whole lot. Welcome, Kev. Happy to see you.
In which an embassy staff member was murdered. Both of these cases were related to the Principality of Canopia. In the 7 years that have passed, the country may have split in two. However, the Yatagarasu still sent a calling card here. What could it all mean?
Interesting.
Mr. Edgeworth, I know you're thinking about something.
Oh, excuse me. What were we talking about again?
If you could please stop spacing out on me. Anyway, we were talking about the Alabast versus Babel Goodwill Jubilee. The two countries have had a pretty bad relationship with each other. But supposedly they've been trying really hard to make up recently. That's why they decided to hold this event.
If that's the case, then why the verses?
Exactly. Also, both countries claim to own the real Primadux statue, a national treasure to both. They're planning to have them publicly evaluated today to see which one's the real deal.
I wonder if they're both real. What if it's like two parts of one statue?
Kay, need I remind you to take care and not succumb to your thieving desires?
Oh, when it comes to treasure, I can't help myself. You know that.
She had better be saying that in jest.
Hey, I can read your body language, you know. Hey, you've got it all wrong. Look, I'm here to do some investigating. Investigating, I tell you.
I know. And although we don't know if the Yatagarasu really will make an appearance, I suppose we should still spend some time examining the place.
This guy got an intense-ass look. This is the perfect angle. Go, my image. Travel across the wave world and into every TV set around the globe.
A more honest approach to appearing on TV might serve your ambitions better. There are pamphlets about the two embassies here on the table.
It still looks weird to me.
The country split in two a few years back, and they've shared the building and its grounds 50-50 ever since.
Oh, I guess it's because they don't have the money to build two separate ones, huh?
I should think that's not the reason why, Kay. I suppose I'll just help myself to one of these.
I mean, buildings are expensive.
What's all the hubbub?
Edgeworth is so the type of motherfucker to say hubbub.
Hey, look! It's the Steel Samurai! And he's got his son, the Iron Infant, with him!
The Iron Infant. I'm dead. Oh, shit. I saw that. What was her name? Shit. Fuck. It's not Sandy. Is it Sandy? No.
May I speak with you for a second? It's the Steel Samurai.
Lot of heart. Yes. I think I don't know exactly why. That's exactly it. Yes, because of Texas. I think you're right. I think I keep thinking of Sandy Cheeks.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you glaring at him for?
Please excuse me. It's just that I've never seen a superhero up close before.
It looks like he's written something down for you.
Interestingly, Cyprus has something like this where there's a Greek side, Turkish side, a UN neutral line, and some British bases there. So you could technically get stopped 4 times there. Oh my god. That's hilarious. See, this is what I'm talking about. Because, like, there is a practical purpose to, like, borders and territories that I acknowledge. But the more, like, hard-ass you get about it, the more absurd it gets. It's one building. You got 4 security checkpoints in one building. That's so funny. God, like, I could just see the scene, like, playing out of some, like, workplace comedy kind of thing. And just, you start and you have this, like, one checkpoint that's, like, comedically long and drawn out. And they gotta, like, empty their pockets and everything. And it's awkward as hell. And then you're like, okay, finally, that's over. And then it pans over and you see the other 3 checkpoints lined up after it. Just, it writes itself, man, I'm telling you.
To Edgeworth from Steel Samurai Daddy, married man of Neo Old Yokio.
Steel Samurai Daddy sounds funny.
Wow, an autograph. Pretty cool that you got one, huh, Mr. Edgeworth?
Heh.
Trying to play it cool. He's geeked. We know it. Mr. Steel Samurai, Ambassador Alba is waiting for you.
And now the Steel Samurai will proceed to enter the Kingdom of Alabast to shake hands with the ambassador. The Steel Samurai is only here for the 2 countries tonight, but rather can be thought of as a goodwill ambassador from our own country as well. There he goes, off to spread goodwill to the world.
He really does seem like a goodwill ambassador, doesn't he?
Okay, we're shooting the next segment now. Cue camera.
In just a few seconds, the Jammin' Ninja stage show is set to begin. After the show, the Jammin' Ninja will enter the Republic of Babel. He is set to meet with the Ambassador of Babel at that time. The Jammin' Ninja show is about to start. Oh, we gotta get back to our seats.
Regrettably, I don't have much of an interest in ninjas.
Uh-oh, last Jammin' Ninja guy wasn't so great. That's true. Hopefully this one's a little bit better off.
Well, this show will change your mind. Come on, we have to hurry. If we miss even a second of the Jammin' Ninja's awesome playing, I'll never forgive you.
I suppose you're not about to give me much of a choice here, are you, Kay?
I could listen to that A Ninja Marked for Death's Lullaby song all day. His superb playing and that sad melody really brought a tear to my eye. And his heart-wrenching voice. Now that's the Jammin' Ninja's greatest weapon. Those pieces of Jammin' Ninja merchandise over there. I've gotta have them. I especially want the hair sticks they're selling exclusively at these shows. They're exactly like the ones the heroine Princess Missola wears in her hair.
Anyway.
Anyway? Hold it right there, Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes?
You're thinking of going home, aren't you?
Well, it doesn't seem likely that the Yatagarasu will be making an appearance tonight. Most likely, it was simply a prank.
No way. I just know the Yatagarasu will show.
But I thought you said that the Yatagarasu doesn't send calling cards.
Yeah, I did, but...
I figured from the very beginning that this would wind up being a wild goose chase.
But that card she sent was a genuine fake calling card.
A genuine fake. That's like when you buy a Rolex in New York.
A genuine fake?
Well, how can I word this?
Or if you go to Nassau in the Caribbean.
The Yatagarasu's mark that's on the calling card is exactly the same as my mark. Get it now?
We've got a problem. Uh-oh. The Yatagarasu has been spotted in Alabast.
What?
You hear that, Mr. Edgeworth? So you finally decided to show yourself, you phony.
And she's off. Oh,
Hey, what gives?
I'm sorry, but I will need to search you before you may enter.
What the? Hey, the Steel Samurai just waltzed straight on through without one. Now if you don't hurry up and let me through, my phony is gonna escape.
Kay, a country's embassy is considered to be a part of the country itself. And if you don't go through the proper procedures to enter the country...
Mr. Edgeworth! I'm gonna enter through Babel and climb over the wall to Alabast.
You would tell a prosecutor straight out that you intend to illegally enter another... Kay, are you listening to me?
Kay Faraday, and I'm coming through.
Yes, and welcome.
Someone stop her. Anyone.
March 14th, 6:12 p.m., open air stage. It's quite the racket.
Kay, where are you? Don't tell me you really did find some way over this fence.
Fire! This is too big for us to handle. Gay doing what Trump thinks all the immigrants are doing. Yeah. She like Rue from that episode of Euphoria. I haven't watched any of the new season, but I've seen that clip where she gets her car parked on top of the wall. She's funny as fuck.
Looks like the Yatagarasu came to Babel, too.
I see.
You, accursed Yatagarasu. Kay, you had better be all right, wherever you are.
I see. They faked us out at that intro, making us think Kay betrayed him. Yeah, that checks out. Lol. March 14th, 6:45 p.m. Babelese Embassy, Secretariat's office.
I told you it wasn't me.
Hold it!
Hey, are you all right?
Do I look all right to you? Now, can you do something about this woman?
Mr. Edgeworth!
Detective Gumshoe, what's the meaning of all this?
Well, sir, it's, this. Oh, shit. Wait, he's got the key.
It
wasn't me. He was already dead when I ran in here, hot on the heels of a fake Yatagarasu. Look, I only came here because I saw a suspicious person at the open air stage.
A suspicious person?
A long black coat and a hood over their head. I dare you to tell me that's not suspicious. When I saw that person, I immediately thought that they must be the fake Yatagarasu. So I chased after them into the embassy, then into here, and then I lost sight of them. I just know that person is the one who did it. What are you so worked up over? There's no reason for you to be this loud.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you're Agent Lang's secretary. Shina, I believe your name is, correct? And if you are making an arrest, I assume you have evidence that it was Kay who committed the crime. Is that also correct? You refuse to answer?
I don't need to answer. You are merely a prosecutor in this country, meaning you have no investigative authority.
Hey, pal. Just what the heck does what you just said mean? If it happened here, it's under Mr. Edgeworth's jurisdiction. The end. And seeing how this building is sitting on our soil, we can investigate wherever we'd like.
Well, about that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Detective Gumshoe, embassies are a different matter.
Huh?
This office is considered to be part of the Republic of Babel, which means that anything that happens in here defaults to the control of the Babelese government and the Babelese law, giving them exclusive extraterritorial rights.
Extraterrestrial, right? Sir, do you really believe the truth is out there?
Basically, our country's laws do not apply inside the embassy of another country. That's what was agreed to by our respective governments. Our authority to investigate was effectively nullified the second we entered this place, which means we can do little here in this situation.
No way, sir.
Please leave this matter in Interpol's hands and go home.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Hey, you're not Mr. Edgeworth.
In that case, allow me to join your investigation.
Oh, not who I was expecting.
Eek! Miss Von Karma.
Yeah. Ambassador Paleno, I truly appreciate you allowing me to join the investigation.
Interesting, I've heard this story where North Korea has religion all banned, but because there's an Iranian embassy there, there's also a mosque there that's right next to the embassy. I find that interesting. Yeah, international law is really just, it's so silly. Again, I get the practical reasons for all this stuff, but come on, it's so funny. What the hell are we doing? It's so silly. But yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if that's true. I'll have to, let me see. Maybe I can quickly Google that. Ba-dum-ba-doo, North Korea, Iran Embassy Mosque. There's even a photo. The Ar-Rahman Mosque is the first and only mosque in North Korea located within the grounds of the Iranian embassy in Pyongyang. There you have it. Bringing Allah to the people. I wonder how many people have even used that. Lol, yeah. Yeah, it's... North Korea is really interesting, honestly. Any of those countries that are super closed off like that, there's a few of the stands in East Europe that are very closed off as well. And I'm so curious what goes on there, you know? Because we obviously hear a lot about North Korea, and I'm sure a lot of it is true. But, yeah, you never really know what's going on until you're there. And a country like North Korea with a sort of mad king rule in it is just so fascinating, you know? God, there's some just unbelievable, incredible stories of just bizarre triumphant things happening. Like, just, yeah, there's just got to be so many fascinating stories of people's lives and things people have overcome there and what. Yeah. North Korea is really weird. I love like those weird kind of cursed countries like that. Because you can't help but wonder what's going on, you know? Especially Kim Jong-un's such a weird guy too, like hanging out with basketball players and shit like that. And I still remember when I was in school, when I was younger, when James Franco and Seth Rogen had the interview. That movie was coming out, and North Korea was like threatening to launch a ballistic missile attack on the US over that shit. God, best marketing they could have ever asked for. Turkmenistan is funnier because the one dictator died there, right? He had his barber take over. See, that's why I brought up the stands, because I know there's some goofy shit going on in some of the stands too. Like, those little isolated countries are so strange. It's really nothing. Manny was my secretariat, so of course I want to help you as much as I can. In fact, it's a blessing that Interpol agents were able to make it so quickly.
Franziska.
Well, I never imagined that I'd meet you here of all places. This is an embassy, meaning that you have no authority to conduct. Already? What is it?
Ambassador Paleno.
And you are?
I'm Miles Edgeworth, public prosecutor. I ask that you please allow me to investigate this case as Miss Von Karma's assistant.
Assistant?
Miles? What the heck do you think you're?
Please, I implore you, Ambassador Paleno.
Very well, I'll be counting on the two of you, Miss Von Karma and Mr. Edgeworth. Well, what did you mean by you'll be Miss Von Karma's assistant?
I don't exactly have a choice, do I, detective?
Oh, right, Callias Paleno pun name. It's the scientific name for the Moreland clouded yellow butterfly, which is the symbol of his country and the badge he uses. Hey, that's a good one. It's simple and straightforward, you know, not super punny, but that's a solid one. Yeah, I agree. That's a good name.
If I don't become Franziska's assistant, I can't participate in this investigation.
There you go again, running as the mouse with that aloof expression on your face.
You could Google Moreland clouded yellow to see what it looks like. Yeah, let's do that. Moreland clouded yellow. Ooh, it's a beautiful butterfly. Okay. Very cool. And then does he... Oh, I was hoping I could see the symbol in here, but that's cool. We'll see it later again, I'm sure.
Franziska, please.
I don't know what you're planning quite yet, but at least I know one thing, that you are now my subordinate.
It's on his sprite, yeah. Okay. Oh, it's right there behind us, actually, on the wall. Franziska's hand's covering it, but...
Just remember that my whip is always ready to wake you, should you have a brain lapse.
Of course, I'll keep that in mind.
If you are done playing games...
Right, let's begin the investigation.
But yeah, I'm talking about it. I'm like, I'm sure I'll see it again later. It's literally right there.
By the way, detective, I suppose it's a bit late to be asking, but why are you here?
Well, better late than never, I guess, sir. I was placed on guard duty for the Babalese embassy today. You can talk to him right now to see it. Bet.
And why are police guarding an embassy?
Well, on account of the card they got from the Yatagarasu. They called us up and asked for our help, sir. Oh, and because we've been searching for the Yatagarasu these past 7 years. It was even more or less mutually beneficial arrangement, you ask me.
Except for how mutually unbeneficial this has all turned out to be, I suppose. It looks like you failed to competently perform your guard duty yet again.
Damn.
Look forward to your next salary negotiation, although it's out of my hands.
But sir, if it gets cut anymore, I won't be able to even buy instant noodles anymore. Oh no. All right. Let's see. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. I see it now. That's a beautiful pendant. I can't believe that Manny fell among thieves tonight. Without him, I have no idea what my schedule for tonight is.
Ambassador Poleno, I believe your schedule of tonight will consist of listening to reports from the police. That and only that.
Also, asshole, a man died. Who gives a fuck about your schedule?
I ask you to cooperate not only for your own sake, but for Mr. Cochin's as well.
You're a rather strong man, aren't you? How fascinating. Here, I know it isn't much, but I'd like you to have these.
I'm sorry, but it would be against my principles to accept a bribe.
Oh, no. These are simply coupons we distribute to promote Babel. Remember, we offer a large number of discounts and offers when you visit lovely Babel.
Now I remember, the Republic of Babel is known for its feverish tourism industry.
Interesting.
I was wondering if you might tell me a bit about the deceased, Manny Cochin.
Wait a second. Okay, so that is who was killed. Why does that name sound so familiar? He was involved in one of these other cases recently, but I can't quite remember where the connection was. It was something to do with her. The first KG8 case, right? Right? He was in the last case, the flashback. Right. Okay. Yes, okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Oh, right. Okay. Because there was a murder at the Cadopian embassy, which is why he was there, because that's where he works, which is why he is here now. Dead. And now dead. Right, yes. Okay. He was my secretary in the embassy secretariat, charged with running the whole place. Excuse me. He was an admirable man. His death is a great loss to our country. He was in charge of everything: accounting, printing, taking care of our national treasures.
I'm sorry, but did you say printing?
Did you? Couldn't resist. Our country's primary source of revenue is our tourism industry. So in order for us to print the necessary pamphlets, flyers, coupons, etc., we have a printing press here at our embassy.
I see. Please excuse my forwardness. However, I feel I should mention that I have the distinct impression that I've met him before.
Yes, you have. Oh, yes. Since you are of the legal profession, I suppose you just might have. After all, Manny was involved in the KG8 incident.
The KG8 incident?
The defendant who was found innocent in that case was Manny. Right, okay.
So your Mr. Cochin is the same man as the one in that case?
It's been 10 years. Manny recovered personally from that case and dove enthusiastically into his job. He was the one who planned this event and was to oversee the embassy's renovations. It really is a shame. He had such a bright future ahead of him.
What exactly did you mean earlier by renovations?
We can't have tourists and visitors to our embassy think we're a poor nation, can we? So renovating the embassy is something of an investment. We may have a rather paltry budget, but we're trying our best to make do. Excuse me. However, I guess the only person who could have helped us do our best is now no longer with us.
There are still some burnt objects scattered on the floor.
Well, burnt things get burnt and then they become burnt things, you know?
No, because there's no way to prove that the burnt thing started out as a burnt thing.
Was it a burnt thing or was it not? I have no idea what's what anymore, sir.
Yes, I suppose it's a bit hard for someone with a burnt out light bulb to comprehend. Damn. And looks like this was once a magnificent grandfather clock, but it has fallen victim to the fire.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, is it okay to me to talk about the clocks in my house, sir?
If they're unrelated to the case, I hope that you will refrain from sharing, but...
Well, there's this one clock that I made by myself, but...
That's quite enough, detective.
The timer on it manages to... Wait, dude made a whole clock? That's cool. I want to hear more about that.
These shelves are lined with American souvenirs and memorabilia.
It's really strange, isn't it? I mean, I thought this was the Babylese embassy. Larry did the same too. He did, yeah. He made a digital clock, the Thinker. I actually saw an STL for that. I'd have to get like an Arduino and a display, but like I was a little tempted to like print that and make my own Thinker clock. So, why are there so many American souvenirs, sir?
Perhaps the Babylese are studying American culture and tourism industry. If they have plans to make the Babylese tourism industry truly flourish, then they would need to observe and study other countries' methods, I suppose.
Speaking of tourism, I got these from the blonde guy earlier, sir. He said that if I bring these with me to Babel, I could trade them in for a few buffets.
Oh, so how do you expect to travel to Babel?
Well, the whole world is connected by the ocean, sir. And for an all-you-can-eat buffet, I'd swim all the way to Babel if I have to.
Can a few simple coupons really motivate people to do such a fantastic thing?
Apparently, at least for Gumshoe. Mr. Edgeworth, there's still something on this display rack, sir. That doesn't apply too much nowadays, I hear. Tourism been strict here, I hear, in the USA. Apparently some countries like Morocco, and India can't even get accepted visas, something like that. Yeah, no, it's rough. At the university my girlfriend works at, a few of the like grad students had to leave the program because their visas just got rejected. While they were like here, they had to. It was very chaotic, and there's a lot of countries that are just like tourism is dropping off a cliff in terms like Canadians obviously aren't really coming to the US as much anymore, and that's kind of cratered it. And then you compound the visa thing with people boycotting, and yeah, US tourism is not the case study to use right now. Definitely not. Honestly, China has been doing a really good job promoting tourism recently with guerrilla marketing. Who else has been really crushing it? I don't see a lot of countries really promoting their stuff, but China definitely has been doing some like clever guerrilla marketing through social media. And then, Japan, yeah, of course. How did I not think of Japan? Yeah, Japan is probably the number one that I would use as a case study if I was trying to model after somebody. Japan gets tourism glaze all day, every day. Yeah, for sure. For sure. And rightfully so, frankly. Japan's tourism industry is, like genuinely, if I was going to use a case study, I think that would have to be the one, because they're doing it very well. Almost too well, because it's causing domestic issues where the locals are getting pissed about the tourism and like having to restrict areas to to locals only and stuff. Oh man, I'd love to go to Japan someday. I'm a big foodie, if you can't tell. And God, I would just love to go to Japan and just eat and eat and eat and walk around the city and take the trains and eat and eat and maybe go to some like anime stores and eat.
Knives, huh? Although the blades are all that remain of them, unfortunately.
Too many annoying foreigners there. I don't know if y'all ever heard of Logan Paul Forrest video, but that shit was national issue. Yes, I did. I mention it almost every time that he gets brought up. I fucking hate Logan Paul. Dude really thought it was a good idea to follow that up with tasering a dead rat. He's like, you know what? People are mad that I desecrated a human corpse. So to make it up, I'm gonna desecrate a rodent corpse. And the fucked up part is it somehow worked. What a piece of shit person he is. But that's kind of the consequences of like social media and like the exponential gains mentality that we're encouraged to have. You know, you get that hustle grind set and it erodes your character. You'll do anything to get to that next level. There's no mentality, especially in the States. There's no mentality of like, I have enough. I'm stable in life. It's always more. Uh-oh, here come the ads, by the way. So annoying. Yeah. I saw Johnny Somali go across all Japan with no money and he'd hustle the bus and train so they got arrested. Yeah, exactly. Like it's this brain rot of like whatever it takes to get more and to grow and whatnot. And like, yeah, I don't think it's the way. I think that we need to take a step back and, you know, search for stability, because exponential growth is the ideology of cancer. Funny enough, he got jumped by actual Yakuza. Yeah, I've seen the compilation of him getting his ass beat. It was so funny. Oh wait, no, I think that was Korea. I may not have seen the Japan one yet, but he's going to jail. He's going to jail for like 5 years or something like that. Him and I think Vitaly is also going to jail. So hopefully that'll be an example, but unfortunately I don't think it will. I think people are going to keep doing that brain rot stuff. But hey, we got our own little corner of the internet here where we're chilling, you know? We're not annoying people. We just doing our thing out here, and that's good enough for me. I guess the handles got all burnt off by the fire. So even the knives fell victim to the fire.
Ambassador Polano, are these knives yours?
Why, yes, they are.
They are a special set of ornamental knives featuring the national symbol of Babel.
John low-key already has problems with racism and whatever, and you add those foreigners. Oh, Japan low-key already has problems with racism and whatever, and you add those foreigners, it just makes it much worse. Shame. Yeah, I think people forget that, like, until, I guess, the 50s, I would say, like, basically post-World War II, up until that point, Japan was just, like, openly and fervently fascist. And they didn't really change that. They just kind of reskinned it. And so aesthetically, Japan is like awesome, but the core of that mentality is still very much embedded in their culture. And I think a lot of the stuff you see about like the dissonance between younger generations and older generations, the declining birth rate, and a lot of the stuff that you hear about issues with Japan, they stem from that and from the gradual generational shift away from that. No, genuinely, people forget about it. Apparently, I hear in history class, they don't even talk about their bad actions too much either. No. Even when I was in high school, the most that they talked about was like the one internment camp. I'm blanking on the name. But they basically just mentioned the one Japanese prisoner camp that was like especially bad. and it's kind of just like a footnote, and then they immediately segue into dropping the nukes, and that's kind of the extent that it's discussed. So I definitely think people don't understand the context that explains why Japan is so xenophobic in the ways it is, but I do think that younger Japanese generations are recognizing it and trying to shift that culture, but these things take time, you know? And I still would love to go to Japan someday, I'm not gonna lie. I love Japanese food. It was so bad that a German Nazi saved the Chinese people there, and they built a statue of him. Still exists. Yeah, the Automod got you. But it's all good. Yeah, no, it's wild. It's very strange, and it's concerning that people forget about that or just don't know about it, because it does still like affect things today. But I guess, you know, all we can do is share that information when we have the opportunities. Also, I guess, like, I'm not Japanese. It's not really my responsibility to like go out there and be like, Japan, you need to change and be less xenophobic. It's that's on the Japanese people, and I do think that they are working on it. I do. So yeah. Damn, I do love Japanese food. It's fuck, it is so good. I'd love to visit there. Hey, cheers, Tony. Good looking out. Stay hydrated, folks. All right. They are a special set of ornamental knives featuring the national symbol of Babel. These butterfly-themed knives, along with Alabast's own set of knives. I also want to go to Africa again, because when I was in Zambia, and I was on a missions trip, so like I didn't really see Africa, you know what I mean? Like, they brought us out to like the middle of nowhere, showed us a village made where like the dirt huts and everything, which, like, yeah, that stuff exists in Africa, but like so do real cities. like if I took someone who didn't know anything about the US and brought them to Appalachia, they'd probably think that's all the US is. You know, they'd probably think that the US is like people living in shacks with next to nothing and no clean water. So I'd love to go see like real Africa, because man, there's so much. Like I said, I love food, and I've been seeing more and more African restaurants pop up in the US, and the more African food I try, oh man, they bust it the fuck down, bro. They really do. So I'd love to go and see that. I'd love to go to India again. I did get to see a more real view of India, I feel, but I'd like to just go again because Indian food's lit. Man, now I'm just thinking with my stomach and yapping about food. Let's get back to the game. Are comprised of 3 knives each. But I can't believe the Babylese ones have been reduced to this state.
Ornamental knives, huh? There's a small release on the tang of this blade. Ambassador Polano, what is this notch here for?
Oh, that. It's a feature of these knives wherein you can freely exchange the handles on them, so that we can change how they look to fit the situation, of course.
I see. So these knives were constructed so that the handles could be easily removed.
And also, one is missing. Because he said 3, I'm pretty sure. Hey, it's another butterfly!
I believe it is the symbol of the Republic of Babel. A drawing this big on the wall of an embassy. It definitely conveys a sense of overwhelming patriotism.
Well, I got a lot of patriotism too, sir. The reason I became a cop in the first place was because I wanted to protect our country.
You may want to, Detective. However, I've yet to see the fruits of your desire.
Damn. You don't have to be so blunt about it, sir. Damn.
Okay, are you alright?
You believe me, don't you, Mr. Edgeworth? You don't think I did it, right?
Yes, of course I don't, and I promise to prove that it wasn't you.
That's enough chit-chat. You can investigate all you like, but it's only a matter of time before we take her in.
It would be wise of you to give up while you can.
Oh, it would be wise of you to give up while you can.
No, I don't think so. Kay isn't lying, and my investigation will prove that to be true.
Go ahead and try then if you're that confident.
I can't allow this to continue on this way. I must prove her innocence post-haste. A small personal safe.
This was Mr. Cochin's office. So perhaps he stored his most important documents in here.
Ah, of course, it's locked. It appears we won't be able to open it without a key.
Sorry, but Interpol is still conducting its investigation beyond this point.
I'm a subordinate of Ms. Von Karma. Is there some reason why I'm being denied access?
My superior clearly stated, don't you dare let anyone near the site. You got it? If I let you examine the site, my superior would get really angry with me. You know, Mr. Edgeworth, I feel really bad for the guy, so why don't we do it as he says?
Yes, I suppose we might as well.
That's some fireplace. You know, it really gives this place a mansion-like quality, don't you think, sir? Oh, if these are a staple in every Babbly's house, I bet Santa Claus pays them a visit too.
Just how old are you again, detective?
Oh, well, there's the third knife.
So our victim was the secretariat of this embassy, I take it.
Manny Cochin, I heard that he was an admirable person. Very admirable.
The cause of death is a stab to the base of his neck. He was lax in watching his back.
We were fortunate that the fire missed our victim's body for the most part. If the fire had burned a bit longer, it would have made identifying him a hassle.
So Mr. Cochin was stabbed to death in the middle of a raging fire. What in the world happened inside this room? I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny.
Let's start with the knife.
Is this knife the murder weapon?
Some preliminary testing has been conducted. According to the results, the blood on that matches the victim's blood. The shape's blade was also found to be consistent with the stab wound.
I suppose this means that we now know that the crime was committed with this knife.
This knife's got some real fancy ornamentation going on, huh, sir? This thing practically screams Otzi at me, too. Although it's also covered in blood, just like the last thing that I said was Otzi. Is Artsy just covered in blood to you, Gumshoe?
But the handle is pristine. There's not a single drop of blood on it. Speaking of the handle, I believe it has a butterfly motif. It's very beautiful.
Knife data jotted down in my organizer.
There appears to be something in his pocket. This key. It can't be. Isn't this the Yanagarasu's key that was stolen 7 years ago?
What? But that's...
7 years ago. Oh! Sorry for clipping you out there. You mean that case where I was framed, sir?
Yes, and it's the piece of evidence that stole the life of Kay's father 7 years ago, which was then stolen by Callisto Yu.
What? Mr. Faraday was killed with this key, sir? I thought he was killed with a knife.
Scruffy, at the very least, try to remember the details of the crime you were the suspect in.
Especially like something like that. I feel like that would be pretty memorable.
Franziska, as you will recall, Detective Gumshoe was not present when Miss Yu made her escape.
Excuse me.
Plus, even among law enforcement, only a few knew of the key's existence. I doubt that a new rookie at the time would have been made privy to such knowledge.
No, I feel like the victim right now, all trampled on, sir.
I suppose I'll just have to fill you in now.
Excuse me.
The secret to this key is...
Sip for dramatic effect. No. Oh, wow, that's amazing, sir. It's like some kind of magic trick. Yatagarasu key data jotted down in my organizer.
I knew it. This is the same exact piece of evidence that Ms. Yu took with her. I remember this beautiful pattern in the blade.
I remember this as well. It's a vine motif, isn't it?
Yes, and it looks like two interwoven vines crisscrossing down the blade.
Fine, sir. I think it looks like a bunch of stars, if you ask me. Stars? Interesting. I'm not sure how he sees that, but all right. It's one of those six-sided stars, just like the police mark on our IDs. Six-sided star. 5. Oh, like a Star of David? Interesting. I'm definitely not seeing it.
I really don't think you can call these stars. To say that the detective's art sense is underdeveloped would be an understatement.
The real question is, why was the Papalese Embassy's secretariat holding this?
While we don't know how Mr. Cochin came to possess this key, we do know that this was stolen by the Yatagarasu from the Kodopian Embassy.
That's right. Mr. Faraday had written that fact down in his organizer.
I believe this means that further research is required into the country of Kodopia.
Why don't you ask Ambassador Paleno about what he knows? Supposedly, he was a candidate to be the next Kodopian ambassador once long ago. He should be able to answer any specific questions you may have.
Okay, is that everything for the most part? Manny Cochin.
I've seen him before. He was the suspect in the KG8 incident, and I saw him talking with the elder sister of the victim of that case, Miss Callisto Yu. I wonder if there's a connection between his murder and the KG8 case.
Alright, I think that's everything. Okay, I see.
This ceiling fan must have fallen from the ceiling.
A ceiling fan? What does one of those do?
Exactly what it sounds like it does. It's a fan that's installed on one's ceiling.
Well, if I had one of those in my room, I bet I'd go dizzy from staring at it as I slept.
And Detective Gumshoe, in the real world, we close our eyes when we sleep.
Yeah. Because this is a national treasure, can I ask you to please not touch it? I'm afraid the only ones allowed to touch it are myself and the Secretariat.
But there is also a possibility that it is related to the murder, wouldn't you agree?
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, why don't we give it up for now? We can force them to let us investigate it later when we find some solid proof.
I suppose I don't have a choice here. This must be one of the Prima Duck statues Kay was talking about earlier. Is it just me, or does this man look just like the Steel Samurai? They could be twins.
Interesting. Bum, bum, bum.
Ambassador Polano, I was wondering if I may ask you about Canopia.
Godopia? All right. What would you like to talk about?
First, I'd like to ask you about this key.
What about this key?
I found it sticking out of Mr. Cochin's pocket. I believe it originally belonged to this embassy. Is that correct?
Excuse me. Upon closer inspection, it seems that this key is shaped like a butterfly.
That's not all about this key. It's also capable of changing into a knife.
Oh, how fascinating.
Is it possible that the ambassador didn't know about the existence of this key?
In its knife form, there's a flower mark on the base of the blade. I guess this knife might be from when we used to be part of Cadopia.
And how did you come to that conclusion?
It has both of Cadopia's national symbols, the butterfly and the flower. I suppose Manny used this key here at the embassy, back when we were still Cadopia. Intriguing.
Ambassador Polano, this key was stolen from the Cadopian embassy 7 years ago. By Callisto Yu, otherwise known as the Great Thief Yatagarasu.
Oh, really?
You were not aware that Ms. Yu had broken into this embassy at the time?
I'm sorry, I can't be of much help. I'm not very familiar with details, you see. I only became the ambassador after Babel became its own independent nation. But if Manny were still alive, he would probably know about what happened back then.
Mr. Cochin and Ms. Yu knew each other 7 years ago. But that doesn't explain why I found the Yanagarasu's key here in the present.
Okay, I think it's time. Let me make sure. I want to make sure we got everything, but I think we do. Broken fan, Manny, safe. Yes. Okay, let's connect some dots. Motif on knife handle. Well, that seems like an easy one. Nice.
The design on the knife's handle, it greatly resembles the special Babelese species of butterfly.
It does, doesn't it? Plus it says right here.
This knife is property of the Republic of Babel. Perhaps this means that the knife used in the crime was found right in this room.
Wait. Aha! So that's what the key's for.
We know for a fact that the Yanagarasu's key was used at this embassy. Furthermore, we found it...
I can't stop yawning for the life of me. I apologize.
Furthermore, we found it in the victim Mr. Cochin's pocket. Which leads me to think that perhaps it is the key to the personal safe in this office.
Good thinking, sir. Let's go try it out.
It appears I was correct. The key was left to us in the victim's pocket, and literally turned out to be the key to the next piece of the truth.
Oh shit.
What do we have here?
Hey, there's nothing inside. What do you think the Yatagarasu made off with everything, sir?
No, detective, I believe all we need is a closer look. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. What is this here?
It looks like the ripped corner of a piece of paper, sir.
No, I don't think it's ripped. It seems more to me like it's stuck in the safe.
Hey, you're right. It won't budge an inch. Not even when I tug on it. But I don't think I ever seen paper stuck on the inside of a safe before.
Detective, I think you have it backwards. It's not the paper that's strange. It's the safe.
What do you mean?
What I mean is that the secret to this safe is that it has 2 compartments. Even just eyeballing it, you can see that the inside is a bit too shallow. Furthermore, with the unnatural way the paper is stuck at the back of the safe, I'd say that there is an extra bit of space behind the back wall of this safe. In other words, this safe has a second compartment.
What?
I suppose that you are correct in asserting that the paper is stuck in an unnatural manner. However, if what you say is correct and there is a second compartment, how do we go about opening the door to it then? As you can see, there's no other lock or keyhole in sight.
Actually, there is one more spot of interest to me on the safe.
Oh?
Yes, and I believe that spot is the keyhole to our mystery second lock.
Is the safe in its locks? Alright then, since you are so sure of yourself, show me how you deduced your answer.
Hey, there's a hole here, sir.
It's a little too oddly shaped for a latch hole.
Wow, it's a funny shape for a latch hole, huh? It's shaped kinda like a star, don't you think, sir?
Detective, I would hardly call that shape a star. There must be some reason for this hole.
Well, there's gotta be some reason why this hole's shaped so weirdly, you know?
Am I overthinking this? No, I don't think so.
Maybe I'm overthinking things. Nah, there's no way I could ever do that.
Detective Gumshoe, could you please be quiet for a second? You're frightening me.
A little mind meld happening.
Alright, so we got this hole.
Hey, Eureka!
Doesn't the shape of this keyhole remind you of something, Francisca?
Is the shape? It does look very familiar. However, I believe it's simply a latch for the safe's lock mechanism. It's just keeping the door shut, nothing more.
Is that so? The person who used this safe, Mr. Cochin, made sure this safe had 2 compartments in order to hide something. Do you honestly think someone like that would allow the keyhole to the hidden half to look so obviously like a keyhole that even the average person could figure it out?
You can't be serious. Are you saying that this hole is the keyhole to the hidden compartment of this safe?
That's precisely what I'm saying. And I will prove it to you right now. That the Yatagarasu's key is the key that will open it.
The Yatagarasu's key? Mas Edgeverse, this had better be a very bad joke.
Sorry, but this is no joke. The Yatagarasu's key is the very key that will open the second compartment of this safe.
We know that this key opens the first compartment of the safe, but the keyhole you're talking about is of an entirely different shape than that of the key.
Let's go over this again, shall we? The Yatagarasu's key was originally made to open Mr. Cochin's safe in the Cadopian embassy. We confirm that fact by opening the door to his safe with it. Now let's take a look at the back end of the key. Looking at the knife portion head on, what do you see?
What are you talking about?
It appears you've come to understand what I'm talking about. When viewed head on, the knife's blade is the exact same shape as the keyhole. The real function of the knife portion is to act as the key to the hidden portion of the safe.
But that's preposterous.
Because it looks like a knife and was used like one to kill Mr. Faraday 7 years ago. We fell under the misconception that it was always meant to be a knife. But for both the safe and its key to conceal such clever tricks, whatever is hidden inside, the secret section must be of incredible importance.
Then it's even possible that what I've been searching for is inside. Scruffy, hurry and open that safe.
Yes, sir. Opening it now, sir.
Ooh. These items, they're
It's a bunch of funny shaped things. I guess they're pieces of art, huh, sir?
Join the way. Move now, Scruffy.
I didn't think I was in the way.
These pieces of art, they're identical to the ones that have been stolen from various countries around the world.
I figured as much. These are the treasures this section of the safe was to hide from view. I believe a more thorough examination is required. This is the document that we thought was stuck earlier. I wonder what it's about.
Beats me, sir.
Why don't we take a look at it first before we give up, Detective? And Mr. Cochin's name is written here on the last page.
Hey, good looking out, Kev. Stay hydrated, folks.
I wonder what the significance of this document is. These are pieces of stolen art from around the world.
I wonder how much they're worth, especially this one.
Eek. Scruffy, don't you touch those valuable pieces of art with your filthy hands. Why do you have any idea of what would happen if one of them were to break?
Is it just me, or did she hit one of the pieces of art just now?
Lol.
It appears that we found the key that the Yatagarasu, no, Miss Yu, stole 7 years ago. Since it was originally from this embassy, maybe she came back to return it. I don't think she's the type to be so kind as to do such a thing.
Okay, then what do you think, sir?
Callisto Yu. For what reason did she steal the key? To build this sort of trick into one safe is really something.
Yeah, it's neat how this safe has 2 compartments, but what's really impressive is that the other end of the key was another key. I totally hadn't noticed.
I wonder if Mr. Cochin was just paranoid or if he had secrets of that great a value.
Speaking of paranoid, I went sharpen both ends of my pencil. But then, when I went to erase something, I got all paranoid that I was gonna stab myself.
Please refrain from dispensing your special brand of unrelated stories while on duty.
Yes, sir.
Alright, I think that's everything.
Mars Edgeworth,
What is it?
let me tell you something. You are currently my subordinate, and if you wish to convince everyone else of that, you will speak to me with respect.
What's with the giddy glint in her eyes? I don't think that will be really necessary, Francisca.
Oh, really? But it doesn't matter. It doesn't change the fact that you are still under me.
I thought Francisca was flying around the world in pursuit of the smuggling case. So then why is she here at the embassy?
I was investigating the Alabastian embassy when I got the wind of this mess.
Ah, that's right. The Yatagarasu was due to appear at that embassy as well.
Yes, but the difference is that we didn't have a fire over there. Also, there was an incident at the Alabastian embassy as well. But I left Agent Lang in charge of that case and came over to the Bapalese embassy.
Ah, so Agent Lang is here as well, huh?
I see you've met. Well, he's in the Alabastian embassy acting as a bodyguard for the Ambassador Alba. However, he seems to have a different reason for being there. So the suspect of the murder that occurred in this office is that little girl I see. Is she perhaps trying to be the Yatagarasu?
Kay would never harm a soul, sir.
Kay.
You remember, do you not? About the case we investigated together 7 years ago? That girl is the daughter of the victim in that case, Mr. Faraday.
Oh, so she's that feisty little girl.
Kay has been on the trail of the Yatagarasu, which is how she ended up here. Looking for the one who took her father's life.
I see.
He's trying so hard, but you know what? The Yatagarasu just keeps on tricking us all.
How so?
The Yatagarasu sent a card saying, I'll be there to steal your dirtiest secret. But all we've had is an arson and a murder. The lab boys are going in circles. You know what this is, sirs? It's a breach of contract, and it's going on the rap sheet.
That's so funny. You didn't steal shit, so it's a breach of contract. That's going on the charges too. God, I love Gumshoe. He's so funny. If you ask me, I'm perfectly fine with that fact. With the fact that nothing was stolen tonight.
I do wonder, though, if Callisto Yu is really the Yatagarasu.
Let's see, Franziska's return. Okay, so she's got to be here for this, right? Yeah.
To steal your dirtiest secret. Is it possible that the dirty secret the Yatagarasu was out to steal is in this very room?
A dirty secret?
Franziska, you're in pursuit of some dirty, underhanded dealings yourself, are you not? Something tells me that this is no coincidence.
In that case, then the person I'm looking for is here in the Babalese embassy, huh? The head of the smuggling operation?
I think I just might need to ask Franziska about her smuggling case in more depth. Franziska, when we last talked, you said that you were on the trail of a smuggling ring. I suppose the reason you're here right now is related to that?
Yes. After analyzing the intel we've gathered from various countries, this embassy rose to the top of our list of sites to investigate. And this is what tipped us off.
This accounting document?
It's only one page of the whole thing, so we're not sure about all the details. However, it's enough for us to grab onto the tail of the beast. For you see, this type of paper was made only in the Principality of Codopia. Which means that somewhere in the countries of Alabast and Babel is the head. The one pulling the strings behind the entire smuggling ring.
That's Franziska for you. She's amazing, pursuing this case with all she has.
Saw it. Yeah. Alright. Oh, right. It's Y, not A. Wrong button.
Yes, sir?
While you were on guard duty, did you notice anything unusual?
Well, I was on watch inside the embassy, but unfortunately, I didn't run into the Yatagarasu, sir. But I did talk to an officer who was on duty near the border between the two embassies. Told me that not a single person crossed the boundaries during the incident.
I see.
The investigations into the fire and the Yatagarasu are a mess thanks to both events. I'm so confused, sir. Should I be putting the fire out or investigating? What do you think, sir?
Aren't you old enough to solve your own problems yet, Detective? I'd like an update on how the investigation is going.
Oh, yeah, well, it's going, sir.
In other words, no one has any idea what happened here, correct?
Put it simply, yeah, you got it, sir. But we do know that something happened in this room, sir.
Any moron with a pair of eyes can see what happened, Detective.
Oh, well, anyway, let's investigate every single nook and cranny in this room, sir. We have to get serious. Kay will end up getting arrested as the killer.
Yes, I am already aware of that.
Oh.
In order to find out what really happened here in this room, we will need to gather whatever information we can. It's time to take a good look.
I can't believe there's a secret door inside the safe. Guess the stuff inside must be really, really important.
Yes, they appear to be quite important.
The little figures and stuff, I wonder how much those are worth.
Knowing that they are stolen merchandise, I would say they are probably priceless. Their value is probably worth more than what you could ever hope to make in your lifetime.
What? You're kidding me, right, sir? I mean, they're so small.
Well, we're talking about purchasing it with your salary, detective, so...
Okay, then. I guess those pieces of paper must be pretty valuable too, right?
Yes, I assume so. I am actually quite curious about them. Even if they are not physically worth much, great care was taken to hide them, which means they must be very important documents to someone. I wonder if the papers in the safe might be related to that other document.
Oh dear. If people were to find out that a murder occurred at our embassy, the number of tourists would plummet and our revenues, it'd be a disaster. What are you gonna do?
He really does seem worried. Perhaps I should refrain from bringing this up. Ambassador Polano, I was wondering if you might have some thoughts on this.
I think that you would know more about the case than I. So let me make it up to you for not knowing anything about that with these coupons.
Thank you, however, I feel I must decline.
Hey.
Take a good look at these documents, Franziska.
It says that there are 3 pages in total, and yet there are only 2 here.
Correct. Now take a look at the smuggling activity document in your possession. Tell me, is it not possible that your page was taken from this set of 3?
Well, it certainly looks that way.
By putting our multi-part puzzle together, we seem to have arrived at an answer. And it seems that you have now found what you were looking for.
Yes, and with this, it has become crystal clear that Mr. Cochin himself was responsible for the mass smuggling of the Babyliss ink.
Babyliss ink?
Babyliss ink is a special product of the Republic of Babel. However, due to a special reason, only a limited volume is ever exported.
And that reason is?
That's classified. It's on need-to-know only basis, and you don't need to know. In any case, it seems that the head of the smuggling ring was our victim, Manny Cochin.
His base was in an embassy, thus it was hard for both our country and his to interfere, making it the ideal conditions under which to run a smuggling operation.
Oh, but it's so frustrating. I lost the person I was to rain judgment down upon with my whip of justice.
Well, even if he's dead, we still have a responsibility to look into his misdeeds.
You expect me to whip a dead man? Well, I'm not interested.
Franziska, you must know that Manny Cochin was the suspect in the KG-8 incident.
Of course I know. On top of being the head of the smuggling ring, there is the matter of what really happened in that case that needs to be resolved.
Hey.
Cool. Are you done investigating? You realize now, don't you, that this girl is the only one it could be. Now come along quietly, Yatagarasu. Okay, Faraday.
Manny equals money, smuggling ring, coaching his job secretary. That's good. I've been thinking about his name for a minute, trying to figure out what it is. That's a good one.
You're under arrest for the murder of Manny Cochin. Mr. Edgeworth, please You have to believe me. I didn't do it. I chased the fake Yatagarasu in here, and he was already... You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
I'd like to help you reduce the number of mistaken arrests Interpol makes.
What is that supposed to mean?
I believe I told you that Kay Faraday is not the culprit of this crime.
Very well, I suppose I have no choice. I'll show you just how foolish your claims are.
Why arrest Kay?
Even your police confirmed that the Yatagarasu infiltrated the Babalese embassy tonight. Utilizing the confusion caused by the fire, the Yatagarasu snuck into this embassy. Furthermore, this girl claims to be the Yatagarasu, and most importantly, other than her, there was no one else in here with the body.
Your reason for suspecting Kay is because you think she is the Yatagarasu?
Exactly, but it isn't just me. She calls herself the Yatagarasu. But look how many times do I have to tell you? I was only out to capture the fake Yatagarasu. Imposter or not, it matters not. A Yatagarasu is a Yatagarasu.
Very well, then I shall prove Kay is not the Yatagarasu who killed Manny Kochin.
Go ahead and try. Show me what the prosecutors of this country are made of. You've already been shown. You've already been shown. You've fallen for this trap again. About to get wrecked. Okay.
Hold it!
They may have confirmed it, but are you telling me that no one could catch the thief? If so, you're basically admitting that the Yatagarasu that committed the murder eluded us.
Of course, I chased after the Yatagarasu that entered the Babalese embassy right away. And that is also why I'm making this arrest right now. Because at the end of my long chase, there was only this girl. In any case, this is what I believe happened tonight. Utilizing the confusion caused by the fire, the Yatagarasu snuck into this embassy.
The confusion caused by the fire? Are you saying that the Yatagarasu was not the arsonist who started the fire?
A suspicious person in a long coat was spotted in the area. Officers in the area claim to have seen that person start the fire.
It sounds like we have a phantom in our midst.
Yeah.
In a way, he could be considered a phantom with the way he randomly appears.
Furthermore, this girl claims to be the Yatagarasu.
Just because she calls herself that, it doesn't prove that she is a killer.
Lang and Sheena drive me nuts with the way these people are fucking detectives and like genuinely the most uncurious people you've ever met. Like, how the fuck are you a detective and you don't go, something's fishy here, I should investigate. It's just like, she says she's a Yatagarasu, let's take her away. I'm not gonna investigate this shit. No, but it does give her a motive. The Yatagarasu sent a card saying, I will be there to steal your dirtiest secret. They want that paycheck, man. Yeah, for real, like, God, it kills me the way that, like, God, it kills me, because the people like this really exist. And it's not even really their fault, it's a systemic issue, but fuck, it makes my blood boil. Furthermore, there are documents pertaining to some smuggling activity in this room. She obviously wanted to steal them. So she killed Mr. Kochin for the key.
I see. Her logic is very sound. I expect nothing less of Agent Lang's secretary. However, that statement just now didn't sound right. It might just be the opening I need.
What was it again? Let's see.
Hold it!
So you're claiming that Kane knew that a foreign country's embassy had such documents?
As stated in the calling card, the Yatagarasu was out to steal a dirty secret. Which means that the goal tonight was to steal those smuggling activity documents. You have it all wrong. It was the fake that sent the card. Your words are meaningless, except for the words that you say you're the Yatagarasu. If you're truly innocent, then let's see some proof. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I leave it to you to handle this.
Yes, I'd rather you did. The Yatagarasu's goal, huh?
You can claim she's innocent, but you can't change the facts I've already outlined. And most importantly, other than her, there was no one else in here with the body.
Hold it.
I really don't think that being the first to discover the body makes her the killer by default.
No, but if you saw the self-purported Yatagarasu standing in front of a body, wouldn't you get a little suspicious yourself?
Even so, I'd still listen to what the person had to say before I passed judgment.
Are you talking about yourself and those times when you were under suspicion?
I think the pain of being falsely accused is something you really should experience.
Bro said, lady, you need empathy. Have you tried shrooms?
I personally know that feeling really well, sir.
And given my situation, I know exactly what it's like too. I find this never experiencing it ever. Are you done with your little group conference?
So Agent Shina suspects Kei of murder simply because Kei is the Yatagarasu.
To be fair, these detectives do need empathy. Yeah, big time, big time.
They need some shroomies. Empathy download commence.
But if I can prove that the Yatagarasu's goal is not related to murder, then I may be able to begin to reason with her.
Okay, what do we have? I'm thinking maybe this, so...
Objection.
Nope. Yeah. All right. Let's see. She wanted to steal the documents regarding smuggling. Huh. Oh, wait. That's the one. Okay.
Objection.
Then why didn't she take the key? Huh?
Agent Shina, I regret to inform you, but there is a flaw in your logic.
Oh?
Even if you claim that she is the killer and the Yatagarasu, I am certain that securing the smuggling documents is not the motive behind the murder. The key to the safe in this room was found on Mr. Kochin's body. Furthermore, the Yatagarasu would not be so stupid as to leave without the documents. By the fact that the documents were still in the safe when we looked, it's obvious that the killer's target was not the safe at all.
Then perhaps she didn't know that Mr. Kochin had the key on him.
If that's the case, then why would she have needed to kill him? Because I can think of no reason for her to kill him if she had not known that fact.
Need reason? All of this is simply our conjecturing after the facts. It's entirely possible that she accidentally killed him when she was sneaking in. Now you're just doing mental gymnastics to save face. Oh, this is the shit. This is the shit. Why do people end up in positions of like authority when they don't give a fuck? Ah, pisses me off. And then they fuck shit up because they don't care. And then when they get pointed out that they fucked up, they don't give a fuck. They just try to save face and make it worse and worse and worse. Oh, I hate these people. I hate this shit. Oh, it's the worst. Anyway. Perhaps she didn't notice the safe second compartment before returning the key. But the fact still remains. Mr. Kochin was stabbed to death.
but you have no definitive proof that it was Kay who committed the act.
Actually, I do. I saw her holding the knife she used on the victim with my own eyes.
What?
Allow me to tell you a bit more about the evidence that will pull her away behind bars.
Definitive evidence.
Also, wait, isn't she a secretary? She's a secretary / detective, I guess. A multi-hyphenate. Okay. The knife wound on the body is consistent with the blade of the knife. The knife with the butterfly handle is the murder weapon which the killer was holding. I assume she obtained the knife from the display rack and used it on the victim. The knife is part of a special 3-piece set which has a design like no other. The evidence and testimony, it all points to the girl. There's no counter-argument.
That is your definitive evidence?
Also, the bear on the bottom shelf behind Sheena that's from the case in Karain Village, right? What's her face buys it as a souvenir and it's in the bedroom area. No, Mr. Edgeworth, you've got to believe me. I saw a suspicious person in a long black coat outside the embassy. I swear.
And you came in here because you were chasing this suspicious person.
That's right. I ran into this office only because I was chasing after that person. Also, don't we see that sculpture again in, is it On Guard's room? During the other Steel Samurai case? But when I entered the room, it was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing. I felt something on the ground next to my foot, so I turned the lights on, but then... Ah!
Who's there?
Oh. This is... I came to this room upon hearing the girl's scream. And when I saw her holding the knife, I immediately restrained her.
So the object Kay felt by her feet on the floor was the murder weapon.
I had the knife analyzed right away, but we failed to find anyone's prints on it. But the suspicious person in the black coat who came into this room before me. You continue to insist there was such a person, but if there was, where did they go? I don't know. But I know they came in here, and I bet they did something behind the desk that you won't allow us to investigate. That sounds like the desperate excuses of a suspected killer, not a trustworthy testimony. You understand, don't you? We can't trust this girl's words, Mr. Edgeworth.
She has a point.
Hidden passage, maybe. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I was thinking, like a little secret tunnel.
Even if Kay's words are the truth, I must show that they are with some solid evidence.
Mr. Edgeworth, I really didn't.
Kay, don't worry. If you didn't do it, then there must exist a way for me to prove that.
Still not giving up, I see. In that case, try to counter my argument if you can.
Don't worry, I can and I will.
Definitive evidence.
The knife wound on the body is consistent with the blade of the knife.
Does this mean that you already have the results back?
We've confirmed that the shape of the Babyliss knife's blade matches the wound. Please don't confuse the efficiency of Interpol's forensics teams with your own.
I won't if you don't underestimate our police force. And so we're clear. I'd hardly say your logic is sound, which you will see in a bit.
If you can prove me wrong, please, by all means, go ahead.
This has been my intention all along. Now let us return to your testimony.
The knife with the butterfly handle is the murder weapon, which the killer was holding. I assume she obtained the knife from the display rack and used it on the victim. The knife is part of a special 3-piece set which has a design like no other. Oh, whoops, I'm just reading this shit again. I autopiloted hard there.
Hold it!
You mean to say that you saw Kay holding the murder weapon with your own eyes?
I was also on the search for the Yatagarasu. When I heard the girl's scream coming from this room, I rushed over straight away. When I arrived, I saw the girl standing there, motionless, with the knife in her hand. But I already told you, I only came in here because I was also after the Yatagarasu. The suspicious person I saw came into this room. But when I entered, it was pitch dark. I felt something by my foot on the floor, so I turned the lights on. And then, there it was. The ad break. I'll see y'all in a few.
You found out that it was the murder weapon that at your feet.
How many times do I have to tell you? You can't trust the words of a suspect.
The only thing you'll accept is evidence, is it?
That's the only acceptable way to counter an agent of Interpol on the scene of a crime. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have some kind of evidence that can prove me innocent?
I think I do, because there's one piece of evidence I find to be a bit interesting. I think I need to carefully examine that piece of evidence again. There's a lot of skill detailing on this handle. It would appear that the handle on this knife is removable. I guess so people can change them whenever they feel like.
I guess so people can change them whenever they feel like it. Sounds like fun, sir.
I don't think people would remove the handle just for fun, detective.
Is it the removable handle? Like, maybe they switched the handle, and that's why there's no fingerprints.
So this is what took Mr. Cochin's life. Some of his blood is still on the blade.
Wow, I've been a detective for 7 years already. Seen a lot of weapons in my days. But knives that were used to kill are always the hardest for me to bear.
Yes, unlike guns, this is one weapon where you're likely to find the victim's blood on it.
Yeah, just like how this one is practically drenched in it, huh, sir?
Despite that, it looks like the blood managed to miss the handle somehow.
Oh, we're so on the right track. Okay.
Objection!
So the murder weapon was the knife with the butterfly design on it. But is that really the truth?
What are you getting at?
I'd like for you to take a look at this. There is blood on the blade, and yet, there's not a speck of blood on the handle. This signifies that at the time of the crime, a different handle was attached to this blade. The knife that Kay was holding had its handle switched and was, in fact, not the real murder weapon.
It wasn't the real murder weapon.
This knife can be taken apart. Shall we give it a go?
Bada bing.
As you can see, the Babyliss knife has now been disassembled into 2 parts. The killer must have pulled the murder weapon out of the victim's body and proceeded to swap the knife's original handle with this butterfly one. It was all to create the illusion that Mr. Cochin was killed with the butterfly-themed knife. This should clear up any and all suspicion surrounding Kay.
All right. Your argument isn't airtight yet.
How so?
It's possible that the girl herself is the one who switched the handles.
Hold it!
Don't be ridiculous. For what purpose would she do such a thing?
I don't care to know how a criminal thinks. The way they view the world is beyond the comprehension of a normal person like me. Therefore, I wouldn't put anything past them, no matter how odd it may seem.
Heh. The truth is right there in front of you, and this knife will show you the way. You will come to see that Kay is not and could not have been Mr. Cochin's killer. There's quite a bit of Mr. Cochin's blood on this blade. Thanks to being a prosecutor, I guess I have become accustomed to seeing blood.
I don't know about that. Most criminals are usually pretty normal people too. Yeah, exactly. Like, Marcus Aurelius said it best, is that poverty is the mother of crime. Like, when people commit crimes, it's almost... Now, obviously, there's exceptions to every rule, but, like, it is almost always out of some form of desperation, you know? Like, there's almost always rationale behind it. I'm doing this because I need X, and this will get me Y. Or whatever, you know? Like, you can... Yeah, most criminals are just regular people in a tight spot, you know? So I agree. She, again, the uncuriousness. It kills me inside.
But this is not what is important right now.
Okay. What is this mark on here?
It's the mark of a flower. I assume you know what this means.
No, not really. Butterflies rest on flowers all the time to drink their sweet nectar.
And so they do. However, would this butterfly really drink the nectar of this flower? The answer is clearly not a chance. Now to prove the relationship between the butterfly and the flower with this.
Oh wait, there's more pages of this. Yes. Let's see here. I wish I could see the other knives. Let me try this.
Take that!
Okay, cool. You can't be serious.
It appears that you've made the connection. The flower on this blade is designed after a certain country's national symbol. That's right, the Kingdom of Alabast. In other words, this blade is from one of Alabast's ornamental knives. This part of the knife handle has Babel's national symbol of the butterfly on it. Therefore, it is undeniably Babelese in origin. But as we both know, you can't kill someone with just a knife handle. Incidentally, when exactly did the murder occur again, Agent Sheena?
After the fire had broken out.
That's right. Kay entered the Babelese embassy after the fire had taken place. Furthermore, she had not been to the Alabastan side of the building before then. On top of that, not a single person passed between the two countries during the fire. Which means that Kay could not have transported an Alabastian object over here. This makes it impossible for her to be the true killer.
Take that. Whoa! Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth, sir! What a great victory! She not about to be like, well, I'm gonna arrest her anyway. It's less paperwork. Huh? Hey, why is everyone so quiet?
I am happy we got this far and cleared Kay's name. But what worries me now is what will happen next.
What is the meaning of this? An Alabastian knife here?
Do you mean, how did this find its way to the Republic of Babel? It didn't just find its way over. Rather, we should focus on how it was smuggled over.
You know what? My brain hurts thinking about it while we're just standing around. Think while you're on the run? Now that's the way a real great thief operates.
Okay?
Oh, thanks a bunch, Mr. Edgeworth, for proving me innocent, I mean. You believed in me the whole time, right? Tell me you did.
Not really, but...
Come on, you don't have to be shy about it. Excuse me. Your argument is still not airtight. Just do your damn job for once, lady.
When you care to elaborate?
Yeah, for real. I understand now that the girl didn't commit the murder. However, there is still the possibility that she is the Yatagarasu. That again? Oh, look, how many times do I have to explain it to you? I am the real Yatagarasu. I'm not like that fake one that goes around setting fires, okay? Whether you're the real deal or fake, it doesn't really matter. All I have to say is this. I have my suspicions that this girl is the one who started the fire.
Preposterous. On what grounds do you suspect her of such a thing?
She literally is just like, I'm still gonna arrest her, it's less paperwork. I said that as a joke, lady. The fact that she calls herself the Yatagarasu, that in itself is the most elegant proof. Miss Shina, are you stupid? Yes? I have no intention of taking back any of what I've said. I am the great thief Yatagarasu, and I refuse to allow some imposter to claim that name as their own. The path of justice that my father pointed me towards, I will walk it the best I can. It's not good to be so stubborn. Like you want to talk. Lady. Pot meat kettle. I hope you can understand that. Thanks a lot for the concern, Miss Shina. Let me share something with you too, as a token of my appreciation. Those sunglasses totally do nothing for you, so I'll steal them for you next time, okay? Dude, this is like the one thing that like kills me is people like this, genuinely. Like, there's so many people that I have to deal with, or that like I hear about other people that I care about having to deal with, who are like in positions of authority that don't give a fuck and make everyone around their lives worse because they just don't give a fuck. They're just collecting a paycheck. And like, it is partly a systemic issue, but it is also like, fuck you for being so apathetic. I hate apathetic people. Like, I genuinely hate apathetic people so much. It's pretty accurate, I'd say. You know damn well real detectives are closer to this. Oh, for sure. For sure. I completely agree. God, this shit really does make my blood boil. I hate people like this. Well, I guess we better get going. Going to where? To the Kingdom of Alabast. If we don't go, we won't know for sure, right? I suppose not. We won't get anywhere simply by standing here thinking. To see where the Alabastian knife came from, we'll have to pay the Alabastian embassy a visit. Let's go, Miles Edgeworth. As you are my subordinate, I will not tolerate you bringing the investigation to a halt.
Understood.
Hilarious. She's so much worse than Lang. Because, like, Lang definitely had a bit of this, like, that arrogance to him, too. But, like, Lang at least had some level of, like, natural curiosity. Like, once you made a good point, Lang was like, interesting. We should look into this more. He is also funnier, that's true. So, like, the comic relief probably softens the blow a bit. But, God, Shina pisses me the fuck off. Alright, I think I am going to call it here for today. But, I want to try to get 2 sections knocked out tomorrow, hopefully. I guess it can't hurt to save again. Okay. But yeah, I appreciate y'all hanging out. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Fair enough, yeah. But yeah, thank you. Have a good one yourself. And I will see you all tomorrow. We'll, yeah, I'm gonna shoot to get 2 sections done tomorrow, but I'm just kind of wiped today. I was sleepy as hell, I'm not gonna lie. So anyway, I will see you all then, and have a great rest of your day. Till next time, peace. Keep pressing on like this, I've been waiting for a chance to find my bliss. I missed every opportunity that came my way. What can I say? I'm just holding on for the day, not getting paid. My girl loves me, feeling like a fae, I don't know where I'll be. A day, a week, a year from now, will I still be alive or will I rest in peace in the ground? Hear the sound of my own conclusion, ringing in my ears like it's my solution. If I ever take my life, charge my brain with collusion. Never stood a chance of taking shots at illusions. So what's the point of it all? Build myself a tower, let the world watch me fall. Is that the point of it all? Build myself a tower, let the world watch me fall. I've been running around and these circles got me tired. Set my life on fire, watch the flames getting higher. What's there left to do when I make it to the top? What's there left to do? Well, the only choices drop, 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 drop. What's there left to do? Well, the only choices drop. Barely know where I've been, sure don't know where I'm going. Keep looking for a win, but agony keeps on flowing. All the pressure to fit in has got me losing sleep. Folks don't care about your pain, just the success you reap. I've been running around and these circles got me tired. Set my life on fire, watch the flames getting higher. What's there left to do when you make it to the top? What's there left to do? Well, the only choice is drop, 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 drop. I've been running around and these circles got me tired. Set my life on fire, watch the flames getting higher. What's there left to do when I make it to the top? What's there left to do? Well, the only choice is drop. What's there left to do? Well, the only choice is drop. I've been running around and these circles got me tired. Set my life on fire, watch the flames getting higher. What's there left to do when I make it to the top? What's there left to do? Well, the only choice is drop. Pressing on like this, I've been waiting for a chance to find my bliss. I missed every opportunity that came my way. What can I say? I'm just holding on for the day, not getting paid. My girl loves me, feeling like a fae, I don't know where I'll be. A day, a week, a year from now, will I still be alive or will I rest in peace in the ground? Hear the sound of my own conclusion, ringing in my ears like it's my solution.